Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you okay and stay healthy. Before I start this lesson, I would like to say Panganjali Umat, Om Swastiastu. My name is Komang Rosyana Hartining Putri. I'm from class A1 Denpasar, and now I would like to tell you about the concept of materialism education. For this time, I have a 7 material will be presented are the history of materialism philosophy, definition, the purpose of a materialism philosophy, figures and the flow from materialism philosophy, the basic concept, advantages and lack from materialism philosophy, and the last one is implementation of the materialism philosophy for education. The first one is the history of materialism philosophy. The seed of materialism have been around since ancient Greece. In the first country, the nation of materialism did not receive a serious response. Even in the country, people were considered foreign to this understanding. The philosopher who first introduced this nation was Epicurus. It is one of the foremost ancient works of philosophy. Apart from Epicurus, other works that also contribute to the development of this school of philosophy were Democritus and Lucretius Carus. The second material is definition. Material is a school in philosophy whose views are based on matter or objects. Materialism views things as primary while ideas are secondary, because the material is the first, then are ideas. This view is based on reality according to the process of time and matter. For example, according to the process of time, long before humans who had two ideas existed in the world, this universe already existed. According to substance, humans cannot think or have ideas if they do not have a brain. The brain is an object that can be felt by our 5 senses. The brain or this material that first existed, then the media emerged from it. The third material is the purpose of a materialism philosophy. One of the foundations in curriculum development is a philosophical. Philosophy plays an important role in curriculum as well as educational philosophy. We are introduced to various flows of philosophy, one of which is materialism. As with other flow of philosophy, the flow of materialism has a goal for education in curriculum development. In essence, we will always base it on curtain its flow, so that it will color the concept and implementation of the curriculum being development. The 4 materials are figures and the flow from materialism philosophy. The first one, Democritus. You can see this picture. Democritus was a pioneer of the classical view of materialism, also known as atomism. The second, Julien de Lamettrie, expressing his thought that animals and humans are no different because they are all considered machines. The proof is, matter or body without soul can live or move, while soul without matter or body cannot exist. The frog's heart that was removed from the frog's body still beats, still alive even for a few moments. The third philosophy, Ludwig Feuerbach's. Ludwig proclaimed metaphysics, humanistic ethics, and epistemology that upholds sensory recognition. Therefore, he wanted to replace the idealism of Hegel, Feuerbach's teachers, with materialism. The fourth philosophy, Karl Marx. Her full name is Karl Heinrich Marx. He was born in Germany. While a student, he was influenced by Hegel teachings and was able to obtain a doctorate in philosophy. The work of Komang is also called dialectical materialism, historical materialism. And the flaws in materialism philosophy are: number one, philosophical materialism. Philosophical materialism is materialism that explains the occurrence of the universe without referring to the power of God that transcends the natural world. Number two, mechanical materialism. Mechanical materialism is a philosophical school whose views are materialism while the method is mechanical. This flow teaches that the materialism is always in state of motion and change. The motion is a mechanical movement, meaning a motion that remains forever or an endless love like motion without acquired time development or improvement. Number three, metaphysical materialism. Metaphysical materialism is a philosophical school which teaches that matter is always in a state of rest, constant or static, forever. Matter changes, then change occurs due to external factors or external forces. Furthermore, the material is in spirit state or has no relationship with one another. Number four, dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism is a philosophical school that relies on matter and its method is dialectical. This flow teaches that the materialism has a relationship with one another, influence each other, and depends on one another. Number five, anthropological materialism. The essence of anthropological materialism is to deny the existence of a soul of spirit. Everything is written according to the occurrence of biochemical process only. Number six, historical materialism argues that almost of human action and culture change is determined by economic factors. The last one, practical materialism. The benchmark of this materialism is materialization, position of physical presence or spiritual is nature. Next, the five material is the basic concept. Materialism holds that the essence of realism is material, not spiritual or supernatural. The philosophy or materialism views that matter first exists while ideas or truth exist after saying matter. In other words, materialism recognizes that matter determines ideas, not ideas determine matter. For example, because table or chair objectively exist, people think of tables and chairs. Can one think of a table or chairs before objects in the form of tables and chairs do not exist or do not exist? The characteristic of the philosophy of materialism. Number one, everything that exists comes from one source, namely matter. Do not believe in the unseen nature, making the five senses that only means of achievement knowledge. And the last one, making inclinations and human's nature as akhlaq. The six material are advantages and the lack of materialism philosophy. The first, the advantages. His theories are based on general theories of knowledge. The content of education include knowledge that can be truth or reliable and organized, always related to behavioral goals. And the last, all lessons are generated with conditioning, programmatic lessons, and competencies. And the lack, in the world of education, the flow of materialism is only teacher centered and does not give a freedom to students. For him, it is the teacher who has the power to design and control the conditional process. Teachers can make sure the quality and character of student learning outcomes. While students have no freedom, behavior is determined by external processes. Lessons are designed. Students are prepared to live. They are required to learn. The second, in class, students are only presented with a pile of material knowledge both in textbooks and in the teaching and learning process. As a result, there is a big gap between what is taught and what happens in the daily lives of students. Religious education becomes dull, unable to change their attitudes. And the last material is implementation of the materialism philosophy for education. Number 1, materialism view of learning positivism. Choosing the flow of positivism means rejecting the philosophy of education and practicing educational science called positivism because they think that we can learn is only what is based on fact, based on real data, which they call positive. Number 2, materialism view of learning behavior. According to behaviorism, human behavior is the result of formation through environmental conditions, or such as the anus and cat example above. What is meant by behavior are things that change can be over and can be measured, materialism and positivism, as well as social behavior as a result of learning. Number 3, materialism view of educational implications. Power suggests several educational implications of positivism, behaviorism. Originating from the philosophy of materialism, there is the term is that good and efficient human beings are produced by scientifically and strictly controlled educational process. The aim of education is behavior change, prepare people according to the capacities for the complex social and personal responsibilities of life. The content of the educational curriculum that includes reliable knowledge and its organizes always related to behavioral goals. Method or lessons are produced by conditioning. The position of students is that there is no freedom. Behavior is dependent by external forces. Lessons have been designed. Students are prepared to live. They are required to learn. And the last, teachers have the power to design and control the educational process. Teacher can make sure the quality and characters of students' learning. Hi, don't be tired because the material is end. And then what we can conclude today about philosophy materialism is the philosophy of materialism holds that matter first existed while ideas or truth appear after saying matter. Basically, everything is made up of matter and all phenomena are the result of materialism interaction. Matter is the only substance. As a theory, materialism is monistic ontology. However, materialism is different from ontological theory, which is based on dualism or pluralism in providing a single explanation of reality. Materialism contradicts idealism. Okay, the material is enough for today. How I'm teaching you? Are you happy? Yes, you should be happy if I teaching you. Thank you for this time. I close with Paramasanti. Santi.